you believe we're in week 4 already? My, how we've grown. I now go to bed and dream about Android apps and wake up thinking about Blackberry tips, which of course is all recorded on my iPhone Sleep Cycle app. So come join me, why don't you, on another adventure into the heady world of cool stuff for phones. Don't forget, Frackulous is giving away an iPhone 4. Stay tuned for more details at the end of the show, or if you just can't wait, go to this link now. You know what we suffer from today? Too much goddamn choice. Now, rather than saying to a friend, you should check out the new Arcade Fire album, I have to decide whether this is information that should be transmitted via email, Twitter, Facebook, or just plain face-to-face. And keeping track of what's been said where is a job for a better girl than me. Now, there's Silent Ale, or Silent Tale, or Silentiel. Whatever it's called, it's an excellent app for keeping track of conversations. Say you remember your friend, let's call him Alex Milway, recommending some music to you, but you can't remember whether he emailed you, Facebooked you, added you publicly, or DM'd you over Twitter. Through this app, you can find your contact, and once you've linked up your Twitter and Facebook accounts, see a list of all the messages you've received from all over the internet, all there in one place. You can't search for the contents of a message through the app, so you do need to keep track of who sent you what. For instance, I can't just search for the word album. And if you want to view Facebook or Twitter account details, the app will chuck you back into Safari. But for all that, it's a very handy thing to have on your phone. And like all good apps, it's free. And I love free. RIM has launched the Blackberry Torch. And of course, the question on everyone's lips has been, is it an iPhone killer? Well, the answer is no. It's something better. Here at Frackulous, we think it might be the Blackberryified version of the Palm Pre, which means it's got a lot going for it. Personally, I'm not sure about the slidiness of it, although I do appreciate some people will love the massive touchscreen combined with a full hardware keyboard. If you want a Blackberry phone that handles email with typical RIM finesse, as well as something that recognises life isn't just about work, 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 this might be it. We met up with Rob Orr of Blackberry to find out more.
This is our first lighter product. It's the first product that we're launching with Blackberry 6, the new operating system. And it's the first product that incorporates our new WebKit browser. So it's really exciting, really big day for RIM.
Yeah, and show us a bit about it. So it's the new slider. How good does this look? This
is stunning. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of engineering. We've got the trackpad that's been familiar on previous products, the 8520. We've got the keypad, which RIM's famous for. Let me show you some things on here, Susie, then. So I think one of the things that I'm really excited about is obviously the WebKit browser. So, you know, we've got a full desktop browsing experience. We've got multi-tab browsing, so you can go to multiple sites simultaneously. We've got a really nice function that allows us to add RSS feeds from pages that you're browsing to. So I really like the browser. I think the browser's fantastic. But I personally really like using the social feeds application. I've got my Facebook profile, I've got my Twitter profile, I've got those RSS feeds that I've set up, and from one application I get the familiar Blackberry notification, and I can go into the RSS feeds, and then I can open up the browser and see whatever the BBC is saying about particular topics, or see what Sky is saying about my football team, and so on and so forth. It's a really nice use of our push technology.
It's the push stuff that Blackberry does so well.
Yes, it's that familiar splat.
I like it.
Familiar splat.
Didn't even know you'd officially call it the splat.
I'm not sure I officially call it the splat, but I like to
you
call
heard
it
it here first. Well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing it on the shelves in...
very soon.
There you go. What could be the dilemma this week? It's from an anonymous Android owner. Anonymous Android owner is getting some stick in the pub for having a fancy phone that's not an iPhone. Anonymous would like to know, what is the best Android app to stagger, wow and amaze? Well, Anonymous, the answer is Google Goggles. If your friends aren't down with Android, they're probably not going to be aware that this isn't a brand new app. and quite frankly, it stood the test of time. A whole 8 months since its launch, in fact. This app uses your phone's camera to take a photo of an object and then returns search results based on that picture. It promises to translate foreign text and recognise the Eiffel Tower and return with relevant tourist links. But let's try something easy and pub relevant. Beer. So you can see that if I take a photo of the can, it takes that photo, it analyses it, it has a little think and then returns with the Carlsberg website, the Wikipedia page, and the Wikipedia page for the Carlsberg group. It doesn't work with everything. Let's have a go with my face. Will it return my Twitter feed, my Facebook page, a metalicious episode of Frackulous? No, it suggests it doesn't deal well with food and suggests this as a similar image. Thanks, Google. So, there you have it, Anonymous. Something to both knock your friends' socks off and blow their minds. They'll be converted before you can say, how long was your iPhone contract again? Now it's Will versus Susie time, with the winner declared exempt from emptying the office bin for the week. So there is everything to play for. This week, location-based winning. Should you put your chips on Gowalla or Foursquare? Both make a game of logging where you are, as well as helping you figure out which of your friends are around. But which is best?
Gowalla is the Betamax of location-based services, and that's not just because all the good porn is on Foursquare. For example, it's a much richer experience. The app looks nicer, it's got prettier icons, and it's just generally nicer to use. Even the location data is richer. You can see photos of locations that other users have uploaded, and you can be sure that they are real pictures and not fakes because you have to take a photo there and then on your camera. Finally, you've got more to do on Gowalla. The Trips feature lists interesting things to see, like tourist spots or pub crawls in your area. Perfect for entertaining out-of-towners.
Don't get me wrong, I love an underdog as much as the next person, but sometimes you've just got to know when to call it. Foursquare might not be the best service, but it is the one your friends use, and that counts for everything. Location games are all about connections. You need people to compete against, people to leave tips for you at other venues, and people to check in so you can see who's close. And because it's the most populated, it's got the most venues already logged. It's a rare occasion you have to manually enter a venue, unlike Gowalla. Finally, those tips. I would be quite happy to order at a restaurant purely based on the tips other diners have left. In fact, I had a quite lovely slow-roasted pork tapas experience just the other day, thanks to Foursquare. So, sadly, whilst it might not be the best app, it is the most used location app, and for that reason, I think it wins. Sorry, Will. And now, it's time for our weekly dose of glitz and glamour with the Celebrity App Doctor. This week, we're lucky enough to be joined by the brightest stars of the British music industry. Please welcome Jedward. Unfortunately, Jedward can't make it into the studio today because they're currently in training to compete in the tallest unsupported freestyle event in the Hair Olympics. Busy boys, since they're also reportedly in discussions to launch their own fashion line. And you can see why. So I'm here to advise on some elegant apps to help ease their way into the world of fashion. Jedward are, of course, iPhone users, and we'll need 2 apps for obvious reasons. So for Jed, I'd recommend iGentleman. This app is the app for any discerning gentleman who wants to make sure he's not going to look a damn fool, sartorially speaking. Containing such gems as 7 tips for breaking the monotony. Rule number 1, don't wear socks. And instructions on how to turn your jeans into jean shorts. Cut off the legs. It's an app classic. For the more fashion-forward Edward, he should be looking at Trend Stop Trend Tracker. Updated with up-to-the-minute fashion news, a section explaining the most inexplicable of trends, fur bullet bra cups anyone? And with an inexhaustible list of designers with photos of key looks from each, it's a fashionista must-have. Possibly overkill if the Jedward line is heading for new look. There, that should sate your appetite. As always, you can fan us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, or just hang around on Frackulous.com. And don't forget, we'll be giving away a brand new 32GB iPhone 4 to one lucky fan or followee this month. Just go to this link for further details.